Hi everybody who was subscribed to my channel. I know you're probably saying out loud, well, it's about dang time you got a new video up. Okay, so here's what's going on. Been busy working on a project car that was supposed to go to Pebble Beach this year, 023. It was a mad push for the past 4 years. Long story short, it wasn't there. So just too much work. It was way beyond being a make it this year. So here's an update on my 6.6 Ford. I finally had some time to put some attention to it, and this is the fan shroud, which my very first video is where I showed fabricating it. So a few people had asked, hey, how'd that fan shroud work? And so I can now give an update. I've had this thing actually running in direct sunlight because there's no hood. 94 or 5 degree temperature, middle of the afternoon, idling for an hour with zero problem. It doesn't overheat, it doesn't do anything remotely overheating. It just sits there idling, and so the fan shroud worked out very well to get the cooler air going through it. And so I wanted to give another update. Something that came about once I got into this thing about 1.5 years ago. I had a leftover Edelbrock. This is an Edelbrock aftermarket air cleaner, and so I knew I wanted to make a fresh air intake for this thing. So here it is. That right there is constructed out of thick aluminum sheet, and then went from a rectangle configuration into a round for the round flex tube. It's just a ding, and then the large mouth intake, and then you kind of get an idea of how this thing looks on the side there from this angle here. And that's what that looks like there. So the idea was, it's been known for decades, fresh air lets a carbureted engine anyway run much more efficiently. So came up with that to ensure that I got fresh air. Here's the intake. So the intake, before I get comments about, hey, you're gonna change the characteristics of the carburetor. No, this is the air impact block. So basically, as air is rushing towards this, it gets deflected, and then this is a screen to keep anything out. Okay, but the reason for this plate here is it keeps from pressurizing. It prevents pressurizing this tube, and then of course pressurizing the intake of the carburetor throat or venturis when it's on the freeway, let's say, for instance. Is if you do pressurize that, you can get a lean out system because you're not creating enough vacuum. Anyway, so there's, I can give you a highlight there. There's the whole thing right there. So basically, this is an Edelbrock cap, and I used the Edelbrock base as a foundation for this, and then fabricated the intake mouth into this weird taper thing. And something else someone's gonna ask about. Oh yeah, so this thing here, that's a filter. There's a stainless steel mesh inside of that. It's actually removable, or washable actually, I should say. And basically what it is I had a lot of issues with, it's a very strange thing, I've never seen it before. A strange deal where like a crystal, I don't know what that, I never heard of this, but basically it's like a white, almost like a salt or white crystal that would be inside, coming out of the engine block. And of course that would plug up the radiator, but whether or not it was plugging up or not, I still had the overheating problems. That's why the fan shroud. But another shot of the shroud this way, it's like that. So made up this, that's actually an old propane, regular MAP gas or propane gas container, chopped down to, and then soldered together with a mesh filter inside of stainless. And it's actually caught a bit of, it's a lot better. I completely fleshed out the engine before doing any of this work. So there's very little left, but just very strange. Anyway, that is my update. And again, thanks to all the YouTube subscribers who signed up for the channel. And I am getting back into this thing and other fab work. So I'll be doing some quick videos regarding fabrication tips. Okay, thanks for watching.